And I know that we did touch on Network Smart, but kind of tell me more of the business model of that company.
Yeah, so essentially what I do is I help you guys really understand what your brands are, because the thing is I get on the daily, I'll get students saying, hey, I'm going to be an actor, I'm going to be a director, a writer, producer, all this stuff. I'm going to be everything, which is great. Like, that's so awesome. I would love that to happen for you, and you can achieve that. But the thing is that you need to build your foundation first. And if you don't understand what that foundational piece is, it makes things so much harder for you to align yourself with the right people in your network. And then you're wasting time for them, and you're also wasting time for yourself. And so that's really what my class does, is it helps you build that brand solid, and so that way you can go and you can say, yes, now I can go with confidence and say, this is what I want, and I can create my own opportunity and not have to wait for a business or a person or anybody to really create that for me.
So how did you get to that point? You sound very articulate, and it sounds like you are mature way beyond your age, because that's the type of stuff that you don't learn for 5-10 years out of college. Like, how did you get to that point so quickly?
I would have to say I was raised with a family that really cared about like me being creative in any way possible, right? So I always had like a lot of ideas, and I would tell my mom and dad about these ideas and be like, that's not crazy. If you can figure out people that can help you do this, then great, go for it, right? So
that's great.
I would have to say it stems back into family dynamic, but also I went out of that comfort zone, and I, like, at age 10 got my first mentor, Constance Ramos from Extreme Makeover, and I wasn't afraid to ask her and tell her what my goals were and how I could be of value to whatever it was that she was trying to accomplish at the time.
Age 10.
Yeah.
Age 10. That is, oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, she was honestly one of the best mentors that I've ever had, because she taught me how to build my elephant skin. Because, like, as we all know, that's tough skin, right? So, like, if we're building our tough skin early, it makes things so much easier to achieve what you're trying to go after.
So, aside from mentoring millennials, you also are a manager of talent.
Yes.
And kind of talk to me about what you do and how they are different.
Yeah, so, okay, here's the difference between the two. So when I'm mentoring youth, I'm helping them build that opportunity for them from scratch, which is so awesome. And I love doing that. And here's the thing is that, like, not everybody that is in my class can go through my management. And here's why, because they may not be in alignment with anything that I understand. So it would be detrimental for me to even take you on as a manager if I, like, really don't understand what you're trying to go after, right? So as a manager, I'm really looking for people that already have some establishment, they know where they want to go, and they're ready for that next step for me to make and create opportunities through my network, right? So, like, if that's like Netflix or Hulu, or maybe that might be a couple producers or writers that I think are in alignment with what they're trying to go after, then it makes things so much easier for me to kind of delegate what that looks like.
That's cool. So you have a level 1 and a level 2. Do you have a level 3? What's after management?
I would have to say level 3 is just any involvement. So, like, if they're wanting to, like, get in touch with, like, hey, you know what, I want to go on set, or I want to go behind the scenes, or I want to get involved in a nonprofit, or I want to do all that kind of stuff, that would be my level 3. So, like, I'm really, like, vetting to see in my class who's really ready for the industry and who's not, if that makes sense. And then,
so
go ahead.
One other thing I want to bring up, so I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you also are becoming a personality and an influencer. So not only are you shaping the careers of other people, but you're doing public speaking, and you're now having courses and all that stuff. So talk about what that entails and how that's a little different than what we just talked about.
Yeah, so essentially what I'm trying to do is, like, build the gaps between the millennial generation, the X generation, and the baby boomers, right? So as you and I both know, in the school system, there's a huge lack of understanding of how to network effectively. And so I'm kind of that go-to person when I'm, keynote speaking. I'm talking about these issues that need to be addressed, because without that, you know, coming into fruition, how can we make a change as a community if nobody's talking about it or they're not doing anything about it, right? So I'm really essentially going out there at universities to talk about this, and then also teaching all of my students those essential tools that are going to help them be able to talk to influencers, celebrities, executives, professionals behind the scenes, the way that you should be doing it, that is not so hardcore, like me, right? So like we've got a lot of that going on right now too.